1976 gave us Willie Nelson's outlaw anthem, If You've Got the Money, I've Got the Time.
And if you got no more money, honey, I've no more time.
Tammy Wynette's aching Till I Can Make It on My Own.
Till I can make it on my own.
And Johnny Cash's stirring One Piece at a Time. But that was only the beginning. From outlaw grit to Nashville polish, these are 12 country songs from 1976 we'll never forget. Number 12, The Door is Always Open by Dave and Sugar. We begin with a smooth, harmony-rich ballad, The Door is Always Open.
Yes, the door is always open.
Released on RCA Records, this debut hit for the trio Dave and Sugar soared to number 1 in 1976, announcing a fresh voice in country.
Yes, the door is always open.
Formed by singer Dave Rowland, the group leaned into a pop country sound that stood out in a decade defined by both outlaw grit and tear-in-your-beer ballads. Their story was one of timing. Country radio was hungry for something modern yet comforting, and Dave and Sugar delivered it. Picture a dimly lit living room, someone leaning against the stereo replaying this song after a breakup. It spoke to longing, to the quiet spaces love leaves behind. The legacy? This song not only launched the group but paved the way for harmony trios in mainstream country. It's still remembered as a bicentennial-era anthem of heartache wrapped in velvet vocals. From bittersweet longing, we head to a barn burner that had dance hall stomping. Number 11, Don't the Girls All Get Prettier at Closing Time by Mickey Gilley.
Don't the girls all get prettier at closing time.
Mickey Gilley gave us one of country's funniest yet truest observations with Don't the Girls All Get Prettier at Closing Time. Released on Playboy Records, the single hit number 1 in 1976, bringing honky-tonk humor to the forefront.
When tomorrow morning comes and I wake up with a number 1.
Gilley, already known for his nightclub empire in Pasadena, Texas, was a master at blending country swagger with barroom relatability. This song had a wink and a nod, equal parts comedy and confession.
Street ball, what I say, all an angel in the back street.
Imagine it. Neon beer signs buzzing, boots shuffling on sawdust floors, and jukebox speakers blasting this tune as cowboys laughed at themselves while ordering one last round. The song won Gilley an Academy of Country Music Award, cementing his reputation as more than just a balladeer. Today, it's still one of those tracks that can light up a room and remind us of Saturday nights in smoky bars where laughter softened life's hard edges. But from barroom chuckles, we drift into something tender and timeless. Number 10, Together Again by Emmylou Harris.
Together again.
Emmylou Harris breathed new life into Buck Owens' classic Together Again. Her 1976 version, released on Reprise Records, became a chart success, showcasing her ethereal voice and cementing her as a bridge between traditional and contemporary country.
'Cause we're together again.
The story here lies in Emmylou's grief and resilience. After losing mentor Graham Parsons in 1973, she carried his vision of blending country purity with modern sensibility. This recording was both tribute and triumph. Picture it. A quiet kitchen on a rainy night, a cup of coffee steaming on the counter, and Emmylou's voice floating from the radio, heartbreak meeting hope in perfect harmony. Its legacy is undeniable. Emmylou's rendition introduced younger listeners to the Bakersfield sound while paving the way for her own legendary career. The song reminded us that even in 1976, country was not afraid to slow down and reflect. And now, from soft reflection, we crank the gears toward the outlaw spirit. Number 9, Faster Horses, The Cowboy and the Poet by Tom T. Hall.
He was an old-time cowboy, don't you understand?
Finds us in the storytelling genius of Tom T. Hall. His 1976 hit Faster Horses, The Cowboy and the Poet reached number 1 on Mercury Records, blending wit wisdom, and cowboy grit.
Bit between his boots and he replied, son, it's faster horses, younger women.
The tale pits a wide-eyed poet against a grizzled cowboy who insists that life boils down to four things: faster horses, younger women, older whiskey, and more money. That blunt wisdom resonated with listeners weary of overthinking life. Close your eyes. A dusty roadhouse, men nursing beers while this song spun on the jukebox.
While he smiled and all his teeth were covered with tobacco stains, he said it don't.
Heads nodding, smirks forming, truth sinking in. The song was more than just humor. It became a cultural shorthand for rugged pragmatism. To this day, Faster Horses is quoted like gospel in cowboy circles, proving Hall's knack for blending humor and truth in unforgettable ways.
It's faster horses, younger women, older whiskey.
From cowboy grit, we turn toward romance and resilience with a rising star. Number 8, Here's Some Love by Tanya Tucker.
A country music superstar, in concert, Miss Tanya Tucker.
Tanya Tucker continued her meteoric rise with Here's Some Love.
It's something you've been needing for a long, long time.
Released on MCA Records, the track topped the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart in 1976. Tanya's story was remarkable. She had her first hit at just 13, and by 1976 she was already a seasoned star.
Close to you, save it for a rainy day.
This song carried her smoky, mature voice into new territory, proving she wasn't just a prodigy, but an enduring artist. Picture a summer evening. Windows rolled down, this song drifting from a car radio as young lovers laughed along highways lit by fireflies. It was innocence mixed with promise, perfectly mirroring Tanya herself.
Here's some love. Take a little bit of it home with you.
The legacy? Tanya Tucker would go on to become one of country's most resilient icons, and Here's Some Love still reminds us of the fire and talent she carried even at such a young age. And speaking of resilience, our next song is a masterclass in strength and survival. Number 7, Till I Can Make It, On My Own, by Tammy Wynette.
Kenny Rogers and Miss Dottie West recorded the song and gave me another #1 record on the same song. And I hope you enjoy.
Tammy Wynette at her most vulnerable and powerful with Till I Can Make It, On My Own. Released on Epic Records, the song soared to #1 and became one of her signature performances. This was Tammy's personal anthem after her divorce from George Jones, and fans felt every ounce of her pain and determination. The conflict between heartbreak and independence was raw, authentic, and universal.
But no matter how I try.
Picture a woman in 1976, hair done, apron folded, sitting by the kitchen radio as Tammy's voice gave her strength to face another day alone. The song was a lifeline. It earned critical acclaim and has been covered by countless artists, but no version ever captured the raw emotion of Tammy's original. It remains one of the finest breakup ballads in country music history. And now, as we cross the halfway point, a tale of kindness takes center stage. Number 6, Teddy Bear by Sovine.
CB was blaring away on Channel 19 when there came a little boy's voice on the radio.
Sovine tugged America's heartstrings with Teddy Bear. Released in 1976, this spoken-word tearjerker about a disabled boy reaching out to truckers over CB radio became an unlikely #1 hit.
Talk, 'cause that's about all I can do. I'm crippled and can't walk.
The backstory is tied to the CB radio craze of the mid-70s, when breaker lingo was sweeping the highways. Sovine's storytelling tapped into that zeitgeist while delivering a deeply emotional punch. Listeners recall pulling their cars over, tears streaming, as Sovine narrated the little boy's dream ride.
'Cause you just made my little boy's dream come true.
Radios in semis and family sedans alike carried this story across the nation. Its legacy endures as one of the most touching story songs ever recorded, a reminder of country's unique ability to blend narrative with raw humanity.
Before you go, 1010, what's your home 20, little CB friend?
If these classics are stirring up memories, go ahead and tap that like button and subscribe. We post new country countdowns every week, keeping the golden years of music alive for fans like you. Great. Let's continue the countdown from number 5 all the way to number 1, then wrap with the outro and final CTA. Number 5, I'll Get Over You by Crystal Gayle.
I'll get over you.
Crystal Gayle delivered her first number 1 hit with I'll Get Over You. Released on United Artists Records in 1976, the song signaled the rise of a new voice in country music.
I'll get over you. I'll get through.
Crystal, the younger sister of Loretta Lynn, had been fighting to establish her own identity, when this was the breakthrough. Unlike her sister's raw, honky-tonk style, Crystal leaned into silky vocals and polished arrangements. The gamble paid off. Picture a quiet evening in '76, a woman lying on the couch with the lights low, the ache of heartbreak softened by Crystal's promise that someday the pain would fade. It was country music as comfort. The legacy of this song is clear. It launched Crystal into stardom and paved the way for her international crossover success with Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue the very next year.
Be good as me when I get over you.
From Heartbreak's Resolve, we move to a love story sung in unforgettable harmony. Number 4, Golden Ring by George Jones and Tammy Wynette.
George and Tammy together in agreement, and they're going to sing on the show. Would you like?
We revisit the tempestuous pairing of George Jones and Tammy Wynette with their duet Golden Ring.
In a pawn shop in Chicago on a sunny summer.
Released on Epic Records, it became a number 1 hit in 1976, long after their divorce. The song tells the story of a wedding ring's journey, from pawn shop to proposal to bitter ending. Fans knew the couple's own story of love and loss, and that made the performance sting with even more truth.
Someone to take you home.
Imagine hearing this on the radio in 1976, knowing the backstory. George and Tammy, no longer together, singing about a love that slipped away. Listeners couldn't help but project their own heartbreaks onto the song. The legacy?
Golden ring with one tiny song. That's the song.
Golden Ring is now regarded as one of the greatest country duets of all time. A bittersweet snapshot of two legends whose personal turmoil fueled unforgettable music. And from a duet of heartbreak, we shift into the outlaw spirit that defined the decade. Number 3, Good-Hearted Woman by Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson. Two outlaw icons teamed up for a career-defining anthem, Good-Hearted Woman. Recorded live and released on RCA in 1976, this version climbed to number 1 and helped launch the Wanted the Outlaws compilation.
She loves him in spite of his ways that she don't know.
The first country album to sell 1 million copies. The backstory? Waylon originally wrote the song, but it found its true magic when Willie Nelson joined him for the duet. The rough-edged performance captured the raw honesty of outlaw country, miles away from the polished Nashville sound.
Pass through the swirl, hand in hand long.
Picture smoky bars and crowded dance halls, fans clapping along as Waylon and Willie celebrated the patient women who stood by their rambling men. It was equal parts rowdy and reverent. The song's legacy is immense. It became a rallying cry for the outlaw movement and helped cement Waylon and Willie as cultural icons of 1970s America. From outlaw grit, we turn to the man in black himself. Number 2, One Piece at a Time by Johnny Cash.
An automobile factory in Michigan, and I didn't ever do this, but even back then
Johnny Cash brought humor and working-class mischief to the charts with One Piece at a Time. Released on Columbia Records in 1976, it shot to number 1 and gave Cash his final chart-topping single of the decade.
Back in '49 and went to Detroit working on assembly line. The first year they had me putting wheels on Cadillacs.
The story was irresistible. A Detroit auto worker secretly smuggling car parts home over the years, eventually assembling a Frankenstein Cadillac one piece at a time. It was funny, rebellious, and pure cash.
Back end looked kind of funny too, but we put it together and when we got through, that's...
Picture long-haul truckers in 1976 grinning ear to ear as this spun over the CB radio, a working man's tall tale delivered with Cash's trademark baritone. The song's influence endures not just as comedy, but as cultural commentary on factory life, materialism, and ingenuity.
67, 68, 69, 70,
It's a reminder that Johnny Cash could make us laugh as easily as he could make us cry. But our number one track, it wasn't just a hit. It was a legend reborn. Number 1, El Paso City by Marty Robbins.
Out in the West Texas town.
Marty Robbins, El Paso City. Released on Columbia Records in 1976, this haunting ballad soared to number 1 and reintroduced fans to one of country's greatest storytellers. The song revisits Robbins' 1959 classic El Paso, but this time from the perspective of a man flying over the city, reflecting on the tragic love story of the earlier ballad.
The back door of roses I read, out where the...
It's a song within a song, a memory folded into melody. Imagine listeners in 1976, pulling over to the roadside, struck silent as Robbins' golden voice painted the desert skies, the Rio Grande, and the ghost of a cowboy's doomed love.
It's been so long since I've seen the young maid. My love is stronger than my fear.
It was nostalgia and reinvention rolled into one. Its legacy is profound. El Paso City became Robbins' final number 1 single and stands as one of the most poetic country songs ever recorded, a masterclass in narrative and melody. And if you've enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more country classics every week. And there you have it. 12 unforgettable songs from 1976, a year when country music balanced humor, heartbreak, and outlaw grit. From Tammy Wynette's resilience to Johnny Cash's tall tales, from Crystal Gayle's breakthrough to Marty Robbins' haunting return to El Paso, these songs carried America through its bicentennial year with stories that still echo today. Thank you for spending this time with us. Your memories and love for this music keep it alive for generations to come. And don't miss our next video, 1977 country songs we'll never forget, where the outlaw spirit burns even brighter and new legends take the stage. Until then, keep the radio close and let the music guide you home.